Hi everyone, my name is Susie and I decided to do a video, a day in my life, as well as for everyone to learn how it is or find out how it is to live in an RV. And it is by choice to live in an RV, although I wanted people to learn from my mistakes and I don't really want to live a life in regret. However, I should first say that I do have a pretty high paying job and I could live in a house and I could rent an apartment. However, I would just go back and say that if I had been wiser, I would have bought a house long, long time ago when prices were much less, and I probably wouldn't have lived in an RV at this point. So this video is more today for everyone to learn from my mistakes, right? And so I don't want this video to be like, oh, woe is me, or feel sorry for me, because honestly, I live a pretty good life. And I just want people to see how it is to live in an RV, as well as learning from my mistake, if you will. All right. So I'm on my way to actually I'm not on my way to work. I am off today. I'm on my way to do a little Christmas shopping before Christmas Day. And then I will go back to where we live. We live sort of in the forest in a really nice RV park. They call it RV Resort. And I do like it that way, even though the driving to work is phenomenally long. But that's okay. I enjoy where I live. That's all right. I wanted to tell you a little bit about when we first moved into the RV, which was a year and 2 months ago. It seemed like everything went wrong with it. Not everything went wrong, but when we first parked it, we had forgotten to install a water pressure regulator. And of course, it was too high. And so something broke there and I couldn't shower. We didn't have water. We didn't have water for a week. It just took a long time to find all the correct parts to fix the RV. And I don't know how many times we've had electric outages because of where we live. And we found out that our generator is not working. We tried our best to fix the generator that came with the RV, but it hasn't worked. So we just recently bought a very expensive RV, sorry, a very expensive generator. And my husband is just now setting it up. So in the event we have an electric outage, it will work. And we're also working on installing solar panels. So that's that. And one more thing, where we live right now, it rains so much, unfortunately. It is very beautiful though, and it's very pretty, especially in the summer. But as I'm driving along now, I have to put my sunglasses on because I'm driving into town and it rains so much less in town. Anyhow, it is what it is. I hate that saying, but it really is. Yeah. And the reason why it rains so much where I live is that we live in a mountainous area. Anyway, back to some of my mistakes that I want you, whoever, if you're younger, if you haven't bought a house yet, I definitely would have bought a house a long, long time ago. I really would have. Would I live in an RV right now if I had a house? No, probably not. Yeah, so I think what held me back so much, myself and my husband, is that we wanted to buy land, and it was hard to buy land, and it's still hard to buy land. If you don't have a lot of money for down payment, closing cost, then yeah, that's a problem. I think it's easier to buy a house, and we didn't want to buy a house in the city. And so we waited and waited, we looked, and here I am now. So I would say just buy a house. Buy a house if you can, get some equity, and then it will be a lot easier than it has been for me. And again, I do not feel sorry for me, for myself, for my situation. Um, I will get my land somehow, some way I will, okay? Also, I feel like there is sort of a, how do you call it? There's a little bit of a stigma of living in an RV. And I would like to remove that stigma by creating this video for people to know that there really isn't one. I don't feel that way anymore. I know I did. I have to admit I did when we first started talking about moving into an RV to see if we could save some money. And really at this point, I don't care so much. So I'm just gonna tell everyone that I live in an RV. All my friends know, my family knows, of course. And I'm just gonna show you that you can live a fairly good life in an RV if it's big enough, and ours is pretty big. Although the conveniences that you have by living in a house or an RV, that really goes out the window for sure. Yeah. But you can still take a shower, you have your bathroom, you can cook, you can't cook the elaborate meals that I would like to do. And also for Thanksgiving and Christmas, my tradition in my family has been for a long time is that I cook a lot. And I can insert some pictures of how much I do cook for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I haven't for the last 2 years now. Last Christmas, Thanksgiving, I didn't do it. And this Thanksgiving, we just went to a nice buffet, my husband and myself. And we were supposed to go to a nice buffet today for Christmas, but we decided not to. So I'm just going out Christmas shopping and getting some groceries to get some food. And yeah, so I really don't care anymore about the stigma. I know who I am, and that's that. One more positive thing that I can think of living in an RV is I would like to, in the future, to just travel. I mean, you have that freedom to travel and visit different areas of the country. That's something I really would like to do. Although I might not want to do it in a big RV like this, I'd like to get something smaller perhaps, but that's something I would love to do. Wouldn't you? Yeah, so that's another reason why we bought an RV, to be able to do that. I have to say though, if you do decide to move into an RV, it helps to be handy. And honestly, I am not handy that way, but my partner, my husband, he is handy. So he knows how to fix things, thank goodness, because we've had quite a few things that broke. Yeah, so it helps to be handy. I'm good about finding parts, helping, and so forth, and that's what you have to do. It seems like every week there is something that we need to fix and upgrade to make our living more tolerable or better. Yeah. So, and one thing that I did do in the summer, see, when you live in an RV, you always have to worry about leaks, potential leaks. And we did have a leak that we experienced pretty soon upon moving into the RV, unfortunately. But in the summer, I cleaned the roof really good, and we applied material on the roof that not only cleaned it up really good, but also there's no more leaks. Hallelujah. You know how it is if you live in an RV and you have a leak, right? Yeah, so that's fixed. Thank goodness. And I'm sure that's something that we have to keep up every year. So I assume next summer I'm going to have to apply some more material to prevent the leak. Yeah. Okay, so I'm back from shopping, and here we are going for a little hike. There's Mickey behind me. He's my senior dog. Actually, I have two senior dogs and they're brothers, and they're going to be 13 in February. And this is what we get to enjoy when we live in this RV area. Okay. Keep walking, Mickey. Okay? Keep walking. Let's go back. I'll show you a little bit about how it looks like in the RV and how it is living in the RV in a moment. So this is the back bedroom in the RV. Those curtains has got to go. I'm sorry. They came with the RV, and yes, we're gonna work on those. There's the sink and the shower. And the door leading to the front, and there we have the bathroom in there. And there's Mickey. And here we have Sparky. I added these rugs because these are senior dogs and they really need these rugs because the wood floors are too slippery for them. I'm so glad that she's a little bit playful because honestly we lost our beloved cat. He was 14 years old, and that was exactly 1 year ago, and she has not been the same ever since. She just recently became a little bit better. Maybe they were just the best of friends. I have so many pictures and videos of them sleeping together, playing together. They were just inseparable. So it's been really hard for her. Now she's 14. All right, we decided to go out for yet another walk the following day because it did stop raining after 24 hours. And this is a beautiful little stream that we always go to in the Pacific Northwest. And this one is actually dry in the summer, believe it or not. And we've had so much rain. Now it looks like a river, honestly, right? You can see where it comes from. Yeah, it looks like a river.
So I'd like to continue doing these sort of YouTube videos. Let me know what you like in the comments, and subscribe if you'd like. Of course, there's a certain vulnerability to do this sort of videos, putting yourself out in the public like this, but I'd like to continue doing this. It's kind of fun. And I wish you a Merry Christmas, everyone. Enjoy the next new year. And there's Mickey looking at the water. He's not going to cross today. All right. Bye.